Integrating SAP Subscription Billing with an external business system like SAP S/4HANA Cloud requires a secure communication channel. To build that channel, we are going to complete 3 specific tasks within the SAP Business Technology Platform cockpit. We will verify your active subscription, create a scoped service instance, and generate an X.509 service binding. Before we start clicking through the interface, you need to have a few things ready. First, ensure you are logged into the SAP BTP cockpit using an account that holds the Subaccount Service Administrator role. Second, you need a local JSON file containing the exact API scopes required for your integration. Finally, you need an exported X.509 client certificate saved as a .crt file. If you are connecting to SAP S/4HANA Cloud, use the client default certificate from your tenant. Gathering these specific prerequisites now provides the necessary inputs for the 3-step configuration process that follows. Step 1. Open your SAP BTP cockpit and navigate to the subaccount dedicated to this integration. Look at the navigation panel on the left. Click on Instances and Subscriptions to view the applications currently active in your environment. Here in the Applications table, find SAP Subscription Billing. Before we can build anything else, you must confirm that the status badge on this row shows as a green subscribed. Now that we know the foundation is active, select Service Marketplace from that same left-hand menu. Use the search bar at the top to filter the available services. Type in SAP Subscription Billing until the specific yellow service tile appears on your screen. Click the tile and then look under the Service Plans tab. Locate the default plan. Click the 3 dots on the right to open the action menu and select Create. By explicitly confirming the subscription and initiating the setup from this default plan, we ensure all subsequent credentials are built on the correct architectural base. Step 2. You are now looking at the new Instance Wizard, where we will configure the environmental parameters for your connection. Pay close attention to the Runtime Environment dropdown. It is critical that you change the selection to Other. Below that, enter a clear, recognizable name for your instance. Once you have typed that in, click Next. This brings us to the parameter screen. This is the exact point where we define the boundaries of what your external system is allowed to access. Upload your JSON file using the Browse button, or paste the code into the text editor to populate your API scopes. Carefully scan this syntax. A single missing comma or bracket here will cause the configuration to fail. When the code is correct, click Next to reach the review screen. Verify your inputs and click Create to finalize the process. You have successfully stood up a service instance. This component will now act as a secure gateway, regulating all API calls to your billing service. Step 3. To enable the service instance to authenticate external requests, we must now generate a service binding. Return to the Instances and Subscriptions page. Find the service instance you just created, open its action menu, and select Create Service Binding. Give your new binding a logical name. Then go to the Service Binding Key Type dropdown and change it from the default ID and secret option to X.509 certificate. Now, locate that .crt file you prepared earlier. Open it in a text editor and copy the entire block of text to your clipboard. Back in the BTP cockpit, paste that raw certificate text directly into the designated certificate field on the form. Firm warning: you can click the JSON tab to view how the system processes this input. However, do not make any manual edits here. Altering the structure will permanently corrupt the certificate data and break the binding. Switch back to the form and click Create. This permanently attaches your external certificate to the BTP instance, establishing a secure trust pipeline. To validate your work, simply check the Instances list in the BTP cockpit. You will now see your newly created binding nested directly underneath its parent service instance. In 3 steps, you verified the core application, stood up a scoped instance, and established the X509 certificate binding. From this point forward, when your external system communicates, it presents that specific certificate to the BTP service binding to initiate a handshake. The binding authenticates the request through the gateway instance, granting access to the billing app APIs based on your predefined scopes. This establishes a reliable flow of operational data back and forth between your external business systems and your billing tools. By completing this configuration, your BTP subaccount is fully equipped to serve as the secure, integrated hub for your enterprise billing operations.